and also feeling part, which is there. There part of introverted feeling, I think, is knowing that you have preferences about things. And so after staying in a lot of different motels, I know what I prefer and what matters to me. And it's maybe sensing too, but like I want a I want the plugs to have regular plugs and USB plugs that plug directly into the wall. So you can plug USB directly into the wall. That's a really nice feature because I've got too many things that need to be plugged in and too few adapters, and that avoids you having to use an adapter. It's really nice. It's a big deal. Another thing that is really important to me is that the bathroom be ridiculously spotless. Because one hotel room I went, they had a hair in the shower,
Is
and it I
that
I
gross about?
I sort of paced back and forth deciding whether I wanted to take a shower. Now my own shower is fucking
The
disgusting.
hair, just
My own
wash it
shower is
down the drain.
disgusting, which is, I take a shower in there, but no other human being I think would be comfortable doing so. So that's one
Like
thing.
that, I think that's silly. It's just a hair.
Well, I did eventually take it out with like massive
Why
wad
you
of
like wash it down the drain?
because then it'd still be in the shower with me. I don't like that. So I got rid of that. The other one was the worst though. I went into the second hotel that was otherwise a nice motel room and everything was nice, but I have nothing but negative feelings about it because when I went in there, there was a little bit of a poop stain on the toilet seat, and I had to clean it up myself. And again,
Okay,
with a
that's
big
kind of
wad of sanitizing distance of toilet paper between my hand and the seat. That really that really upset me. It
I'm
cost,
sorry.
yeah. I like cleaned the shit out of that seat for. I mean, I just clean that seat for a long time before I used it.
Yeah, you should maybe get those little alcohol swabs. I pack those that people use to like, I guess if they're drugged, they do drugs, needles.
Hmm.
Um, so well, I don't do drugs, but I use those. I carry those when I travel.
Are they makeup removing pads? Because
No, no, they're pure alcohol pads. Like you don't want to put them on your face; they'll burn your face.
well,
They're
one of
like,
the hotels had makeup removing pads there that said alcohol free. That's why I thought maybe there was an alcohol version of those as well.
uh, you get them like where you buy rubbing alcohol and peroxide in the drugstore.
Yeah,
They're usually around there, like around the diabetic stuff, and they come in like just little square packs, and there's one little
you can
um,
sanitize all the public things in the public world.
yeah, you just rub, like the hotel remote. That's something I would might rub down.
Well, here's that's one of the sort of things that somebody might care about that I don't care about, right? Because in the one of the hotels, in fact, I think it was that last one. Um, it had the remote in a little stand, and it had a little sign on it saying this remote has been sterilized, and
Was that Best Western?
probably. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That was the Olathe. Yeah, that was the Olathe hotel. That was a nice hotel. I like that one a lot. I had no problems with that Best Western in Olathe. That was they really were like their thing was look we get customer service awards and shit. So they really
Yeah.
cared hard. Um, that was a good one. But that's the sort of thing that I would have said if asked prior to the trip. Do you have any preferences in motel rooms, or anything you look for? So, I don't fucking care. It's just a bed and a shower, whatever. But I do
Yeah, but then
care. I
you
have a lot of
realize,
care. I just
yeah,
I didn't know it.
yeah. Well, I mean, that kind of sucks having FI last because you don't really know, but once you experience it, so it's almost like I think we've talked about this a long time ago. Once you activate your sensing, you find out what your FI is.
Yeah, well, and I guess that is a sensing thing. I don't know if it's a feelings thing or a sensing thing, but I'm saying now that I see this is something I can do with FI. I've learned something from it. I'm going to SI that for sure. So I remember next time I go to a motel that this shit does matter to me. This stuff I've experienced all through my life. Like, oh, I wish I hadn't given that thing away. I actually like that thing, or
Mm,
that kind of stuff, you know.
yeah.
Um, and I learn from those, and I try to remember. So this is one way in which I do that is by telling other people what I'm trying to remember.
So, what were you supposed to be doing before you hopped on here?
Cleaning, I did take the aluminum cans off of my desk. Well, I was
Oh,
just
that's
thinking I'd get on here and start doing something. Hopefully, cleaning would be the first thing. I'll throw this away too. There.
good job.
Thanks.
Effie, high five.
I had an interesting exchange with Sun about INFJ perspective on FE. On that FE video where I'm doing all that, you're my favorite viewer stuff, Trenton wrote a comment where, like, the first comment he sort of says, deals with it as a presented idea. But in the second comment, he sort of reveals that it's totally worked on him. You know, like he's feeling very positive towards me at the end of that video. And then Sun wrote a comment. I said, "Thanks, Trenton," and Sun wrote beneath that, "See?" question mark. And I'm like, it took me a couple of days to process. I thought it was funny right away, but then after, I guess the next day, one day today, I realized, oh, that must be kind of a nightmare, you know, or not at all a nightmare, I guess maybe.
So, was he saying that it hurts to use FE or something like that?
No, he's saying it totally works even if you're not trying to manipulate people. It doesn't matter; it still works, and you get accustomed to it. You get accustomed to being able to create this response in people despite yourself.
So, he's saying that no matter what, FE is always has a positive outcome.
All he said was C. This is my read based on other verbal conversations I had with him. Is that he's a little frustrated by being able to evoke the response he's able to evoke so consistently. Like he's a little frustrated by the conundrum between being myself, which is very interested in your emotions, and being somebody who's manipulating you via your emotions, and the difficulty in avoiding the movement of people, even if you aren't doing it, even if you're trying to alert them to the fact that you're doing it. That's all.
So,
That's what I read into it.
mm, okay. It's a little hard for me to follow, but I think I sort of get it. Like he's saying he wants to FE and it be genuine, but then it's hard for him to know or to convey that he's being genuine or when he's
Maybe it's
not
hard
being
for him to
genuine.
know if it. Maybe it's hard for him to know if he's being genuine based on his own why he's being genuine, because it's like, am I being genuine because genuine's working better, or am I being genuine because I'm being
I'm
genuine?
genuine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure. That's an interesting thing to speculate about. Regardless, I I know that as I try to tackle FE more directly, like a project kind of, I think the thing that will always limit me is I'll never be consistently strong at drop the mic moments as I should be. Not as consistently strong at it. I'm getting much better, but the thing is, INFJs know how to stay away from the mic, to drop it until and let it sit there and sit there and sit there because that conversation will end. There'll be another conversation later where you have another opportunity to drop the mic. But if you pick that mic back up, then you fail to drop it completely the first time, and that's my struggle.
But why are you dropping it?
Because you're establishing whatever perceptions you're trying to establish.
Okay.
I mean, it depends how hard you're caring about establishing perceptions. That's the other thing is I don't have it in the second slot, so
So like when like you're like trying to use your FE to manipulate perceptions of you.
yeah, I guess perceptions or I'm trying to score points basically. Like for example, perfect example
Use
is
FE to
the big
score points.
yeah scoring points. Do you not
Okay.
try to score points?
I don't know. I don't know if we use FE the same way. Like I don't use FE like if I don't like somebody, then they're not going to get FE from me. But if I like them, well then it's easier to it feels more genuine. But wouldn't it be just as genuine if I don't FE them because I don't like them?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm
it's
confused
tricky
on
because
FE.
I'm a little confused about it too in the sense that it seems to work alongside or as a skin on top of other functions. Like, whatever it is I'm saying, I'm trying to make sure it's operative on that level as well. But I guess it's a secondary concern, but it's still a high concern. And so, even if I don't like somebody, I'm going to be very attentive to FE. Maybe I'm way more attentive to FE if I'm trying to
Yeah, I think so.
if I don't like somebody because then
I
I'm
think you FE well you FE more if they haven't like pissed you off. If they haven't like maybe like attacked you or whatever, are you more likely to FE them even if you don't like them?
I mean I don't. That's the other thing is I don't have a feeling of liking or not liking people. I
Oh,
assume everyone's nice. I operate on the assumption that I like everybody and or at least would like to talk to them. I
okay.
don't. It takes me a while to realize that I have preferences between people, and that some of them matter a lot more than others to me because I genuinely operate on the assumption that in the moment everybody matters the same. I know better on some level, but it's really easy for me to forget.
Mm.
So, Delilah's moved out of the house. I think of her occasionally, you know. I know she's really important to me. I know she's the most important person to me, but it doesn't mean I'm spending time in that.
Yeah. I think my FE is kind of sucky right now, so I feel like I'm learning. I don't know.
Why do you feel it's sucky?
I'm not sure. That was like why I came on here in the very first place, is I forgot how to FE
Do you mean right now in general or right now in this moment?
in general.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I think you're tired of looking impressed or entertained, probably.
Mm, I'm tired of looking impressed and everything. So that's something to think about.
It's a tool that probably works extremely well when you choose to use it in almost every context.
Well, I do still think it's genuine. Because I use it less now. So I think it's genuine still.
Yeah, I don't doubt it is. I'm not saying it's not. This is the thing. When I use FE, I try to direct it using FE dishonestly is its own thing, and that's something I try not to do. Using
Right.
FE, I used FE dishonestly on the cop. That's not very.
He's eating his hair. Yeah, that's a nice hat you've got there. It's just out of the blue.
I'm of the mindset that I generally don't use FE dishonestly, and that it's a clearly distinct thing, and that I use it dishonestly with the cop, totally reasonably to use it
Oh,
dishonestly
that's okay.
in
So
that
that helps.
situation.
That helps because okay, so you hate the cop, but of course you FE the heck out of him because you want something.
Right.
So,
That's why I told him uh, in a convincingly begrudging fashion that even though obviously I don't like being in the situation, I do have to commend you for your professionalism. I actually said that shit to that guy.
yeah.
That's dishonest FE. I have no respect for his professionalism at all because he's a professional fucking harm doer for no reason.
Okay. So that makes me think that maybe because I'm not using FE. Like I'm choosing not to use FE around people that I don't like. So is that a good thing then?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just confused
I mean,
because it makes me
you're
think
you're still
that
gonna still experience the thing on an FE level, but you could choose to prioritize TI to the exclusion of FE, just as I can choose to prioritize FE to the exclusion of TI. So my TI may have been saying, "This is inconsistent with your actual beliefs on this matter, Eric." When you're telling the police officer that's a lie, but I can say that's okay because I'm prioritizing FE here because I'm prioritizing getting my ass out of this fucking cop station.
Elsie, do you ever have any run-ins with the cops? Oh, that was a pretty smile. I'm jealous of you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So is that what you have to do is punch him then, since you don't have guns?
It means you can punch him without getting shot.
What about stab? Do you walk around with do y'all call them shanks? Is that what they are? Elsie, you got a big shank hiding in that little hoodie of yours. Hmm. Oh, a London term. I wonder what the Glaswegian term is, or the Cardiff term.
Hello, Nick.
So I'm waiting on some furniture to be delivered, and they're not here yet.
Well, I'll tell you another story about my trip.
Excellent.
Uh, Another takeaway. There are takeaways from the trip. Another takeaway from the trip is that I feel as though I know people better once I spend time with them in person. That it does make quite a difference in a feeling of like, okay, I know that person. And I'm not sure why, because almost all the communication I have with people is verbal. So it's odd that it should make any difference. But I feel like I understand Nick better having visited him. I feel
Yeah.
like I understand some people more than others. I feel like I understand Taylor better having visited him.
Well, yeah. I mean, the online relationship is interesting, and it can be connective and insightful. But when you're actually with someone in person, I guess because we have sensing glass, it almost seems kind of magical. I don't know. Fill me in. Like what when you saw these people going from online to in person, what kind of things were going through your mind? Like what kind of data were you picking up?
Well, hmm. I mean, one one fact that should be noted is that I usually popped out of the car rather discombobulated. I'd been driving alone in a car for a long time, and ENTP doesn't do well with extended periods of solitude and
Yeah.
without something to do. Uh, if we're left to think, and not a whole lot more to do than think, then we start to brood. So I kind of popped out of the car in weird moods a lot of time, but I tended to cheer up as I got closer to my destination and doing stuff. Um, but the thing is, when I got out to meet with Lorenz Walker, that was the first meeting and the only one where I really felt self conscious. Like
Mm.
I had a clear sense that, oh, this is weird. That these parents are no doubt wondering, why is this old man here to visit my 18-year-old son? And it's the sort of thing that I didn't think about really at all in advance, or at least not in any depth. I just sort of figured, well, whatever. I'm there for legitimate reasons, so that's fine. But of course, it's hard to explain. Yeah, why are you dragging my son to your van? Well, she did say before we left, you're coming back, right?
Aw, baby.
To her son. And, and I was like, yeah, we're coming back. Anyway, that was a little unusual. But after that, I think all the meetings were remarkably natural seeming. Um, when I saw Taylor, well, I mean, it was like we were instantly old friends from long ago. And, you know, it, I remember having this on occasion when I was a kid, like on vacation, coming across some other kid and sort of getting that, oh, you're like me, and let's play. And I very much had that feeling with Taylor, as I kind of anticipated I would. We have very similar interests in having fun, you know? It's like we want to do
Yeah.
projects and stuff like that. So that was fun, and that was not uncomfortable at all. I
Yeah.
left for Oklahoma later than I should have. So when I got into Oklahoma, there's a video where I'm just sort of like in the hotel going, "Oh my god, I'm so tired," and I can. It's not something that I publish because it's just me kind of whining, but I remember when I watch it, I can think of how I felt in that moment. And so then I went to meet Courtney. I was fairly subdued, and we made a set of shorter. It's like how the video making went relates to how the visit went too. Some of the visits I had less time allotted for, so the Courtney J one I only had that evening allotted, and then the next morning I had to go to. I was planning to go to Rockwood, Tennessee, Dyersburg, Tennessee, and then hopefully make it all the way to Dayton before getting a hotel in one day. Now that plan got totally shot to hell when my car broke. The alternator on my car broke down.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the plan. So then when I did end up getting to, I got to Dyersburg that day, and then my car broke down. So I saw Michelle on schedule, and then I left Dyersburg intending to head to Rockwood, and that's when my alternator broke. So I was in Tennessee, and so Michelle's visit was shorter than it needed to be, but still fairly leisurely in pacing. We went out to eat. We went to the park. We talked about a lot of different things, and uh, she made a object, transubstantiated that, did a transubstantiation ceremony with everybody on the object, and that was an interesting experience because it's interesting to see people's reactions to it. Uh,
Mm.
they may or may not have known it was going to happen, or may not have heard me talk about it or whatever, but the the extent to which people are willing to buy into it on a direct level versus on an ironic level or some sort of humor level versus want to do it themselves. Like John wanted to be the one to hold the torch. He was quite insistent about it, and some people think like that seems dangerous, and it's just. And Ken is the whole time in the park. We're in the parking lot. He's concerned about the emotions of others around, right? So how other people are going to be reacting to this odd event in the parking lot.
Mm. Yeah, that's like when you actually do stuff like that, people like are looking like, what's that? What's going on?
Right.
Like, I remember you made me think of when I first started watching your videos, and there was one you did on INFJ. I don't remember, you were complaining about us or something. Um, you're like on a street, and I'm like, how does he not realize other people might walk by and go, what is that guy doing? But then I thought he probably just doesn't care.
I had to get used to it. You just have to get used to it. It's like you gotta you gotta bite the bullet and go, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna do my thing, and I'm not gonna even look around and check. That's the thing. You
Yeah,
gotta not check how others are reacting.
yeah, just do it.
Yeah, it does seem weird.
Hey, casual.
I just slide it in. I didn't mean to interrupt. Just go on, Eric. You want to say something?
No, I'm clicking the link.
But Barry says, "Oh my God, casual! Don't look at that link. So why look at your own risk?"
I know, but you're both responsible for the link and the thing.
Yeah, I
Well,
shared
maybe
it
he's
because
telling everyone not to look at it.
But then why would he put it there at all?
I put it because it's funny. I find it funny. I don't know.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Links only have one purpose, casual INTP,
What?
to click them.
Yeah.
Ew,
No. I'll take you somewhere actually.
is it really violent?
I mean,
I
I
don't
haven't
want
seen any video part of it. I just saw the still at the beginning of it, and I just closed it. But regardless, it's some sort of gross surgery thing.
It's not surgery.
casual. You're
Whatever. I
losing.
didn't even look at it long enough to know. I don't want any further description of it. Now you've got me scared.
It has cheese in it, man. You love cheese.
So come on, that's gross.
What kind of cheese?
Parmesan.
Parmesan. Can it be shredded?
No, actually, they're not using it for cheese. They just say, the title says, when you run out of cheese and you improvise, and there's a guy doing that.
Oh, okay. Here's the. Oops. Where's your sister? Sorry, my cats are going in and out of the house. Come on. Come on.
Don't you have, like, those little doors for the car?
No, I don't, because I'm afraid of spiders coming in my house. Come on, little bit. So she doesn't have her own little door. In you go. What's the Rogan experiencing?
It's a podcast.
Oh, what's
And
it about?
he invites somebody and they keep talking. I just listened to the for the first time, like I think yesterday or the day before that.
Yeah.
And I listened to the episode where he invited Scott Adams. You know Scott Adams?
Yeah.
You know Dilbert?
Who?
Dilbert.
I can't understand you. Oh, Dilbert. Oh, is he the guy who
Yeah.
draws that?
Yeah, he's the guy who draws that. And it
Okay.
was really, really interesting. He's INTP, I think.